I had a viewer send me a knife and ask me to put an edge on it. It's one of the Charlie Campagna Ancient Barlows. It was Yavin Trujillo. I hope I pronounced that right. He also sent me 2 stones to check out, and I'm going to make some videos, of course, on all of this. If you're not into traditional knives, if you get a hold of one of these, it'll make you understand why they are so popular. This thing is fantastic. It's got an aged look that the ancient Barlows are known for. It's called Muscadine Saw Cut Bone. I've got a 77 in white bone, and the difference in weight is it's quite a bit. This thing is way lighter than this one. I figured while I was showing this off, I'd bring out my tiny traditional collection and show it off. Now you guys have seen this. I've shown it off in several other videos. This is the 77. It's just in white bone. When I decided I was going to start collecting traditionals, I was only after Barlow models. I really like the one blade, large bolster kind of look. It's a Northwoods Madison Barlow. This is the reason why I quit collecting traditional knives. Well, this and the Viper, which I'll get to. I've had this one close on me in use. It's just such a large blade. As you drag it through material and come back, there's a real tendency there for the blade to just close. And I actually had it do that to me earlier tonight and cut my finger. This is the number 25. The spring on this guy just has an insane amount of tension. It's really difficult to open. It's one of those nail breakers. It'll get you. I got a scratch going right down the middle of it, and I've only had this thing out of the tube maybe 6 times. It's another thing about them I'm not too keen on. They use 1095 steel. I just don't like that stuff. It doesn't take an edge the way I like. It's really easy to scratch. It patinas. It's just not something I like. So this is the Viper. I'm not sure what this stuff is made out of. It's some kind of snakeskin pattern. When I got this knife, it had an extremely bad grind. One side is way thicker than the other. I tried sharpening it on the Edge Pro, and I was getting a really tiny bevel on one side and a really large bevel on the other. So I tried thinning the knife out. I laid it flat on a stone. Doing so, of course, ruined the finish that was already on the knife. I've tried to reapply a finish myself with sandpapers, and it's never came out right, so I've just left it alone. The pattern that's on it currently is the pattern that's going to stay on it. While I was thinning it, I started getting a really nasty recurve, so I enhanced the sharpening notch. Doing so, I made it much larger than I wanted and much larger than it needed to be. Kind of ruined the whole look of the knife doing that, but I had to do something. It was getting really bad. I thinned it out as much as I could. Finally got to the point where I just decided to grind it asymmetrically. One side's got about a 9 or 10 degree bevel, and the other side's got about a 20 degree bevel. They came out pretty close in size. I mean, I can still see this side especially is much thinner than this one, but I can't get I can't get any more acute without laying the knife almost completely flat on the stones. So between this bad grind and this bar load closing on me, I decided traditionals weren't for me. So what I got is what I got. It's what I'm keeping, and I don't plan on picking any others up. However, getting this in hand really makes me want to get one of these guys. This ancient Barlow is just, it is fantastic. It really is. It makes you appreciate traditionals for what they are. Honestly, if this were my knife, I wouldn't touch this edge. I would leave this guy just like it is, keep it in its little tube and pull it out, look at it, and then fold it up and put it away. I wouldn't use this. I know why he wants to use it, because it's such a fantastic knife. I've got that weakness myself. Just about every knife I own I've put to use, but there are a few that I try to keep pristine. This would be one of them if it were mine. Had to get it in front of the camera before I try to sharpen it up. Hopefully I won't experience any bad grind issues. Looking at the plunge, it does look like one side is wider than the other. Not a lot, but it's there. I think I should be able to get this guy sharp. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them below. Y'all have a good one.